2019, it's the year that Apple screws up, I knew it! No, it's not. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Christian Taylor, and oh my gosh, I got a lot to talk about today. So there's this general consensus from a bunch of YouTubers that this is the year that Apple screws up. I mean, their stock is plummeting faster and harder than I lost subscribers when I rage quit Google. That's because I really didn't lose that many subscribers. Thank you, guys. And the first credible leak came out of the iPhone 11, and it has a tumor for a rear camera lens. And then there's the controversy over Apple announcing AirPlay integration on several smart TVs with Sony, LG, and other companies at CES, and people are freaking out. They're saying that is it. Apple has lost their mind. This is the year that Apple is going down. That is so wrong, and people are failing to see the big picture, and they're failing to see what is happening. Yes, iPhone sales are going down, and last year's iPhones, they're not selling as they were expected to, and I'm gonna be honest, I did expect to see a lot more people walking around with an iPhone XR at this point, and it didn't happen. But look, this is a problem every smartphone company is dealing with because, shocker, everyone who wants an iPhone owns an iPhone. And let me remind you that the iPhone 8 is still selling like water. Apple is not failing to sell iPhones, they're failing to sell expensive iPhones. Now, this is not meant to be a rant about iPhone prices. I think the premium iPhones are priced fairly for what they offer, and if you don't want to drop $1,000 on an iPhone, buy an iPhone 8. It's still a great model and it's a lot more affordable. This is not about that. This is about people saying Apple is going down. This is the year they screw up. See, their stock is proving it. Their latest iPhone leak is proving it. But Apple is transitioning away from the iPhone. I know, oh my gosh, could it be true? Yes, it is true. What did I just say? The smartphone market has plateaued. It's reached the flat line. It's done growing. People are just gonna upgrade their iPhone when their old one craps out, and they're keeping their iPhone as long as humanly possible. Honestly, I think what's happening to the iPhone is a good thing. Just hear me out. Apple has always been very protective of the iPhone because it's been their biggest moneymaker. They've been afraid to take risks. They've been afraid to make technological advances that may look ugly or may be slightly, I guess, unreliable. They've been afraid to experiment with iPhone because iPhone is what makes them money. And now that that's changing, well, I think we're gonna start seeing a lot new tech in the iPhone. That's why they're adding a third camera lens, and well, I think the design unfortunately makes the most logical sense. While it is not attractive in any way, it's functional, and I don't see another way Apple could do it. The point I'm trying to make is Apple is transitioning from a hardware company to a software company. Look, Apple has the iPhone in the hands of so many people, and because of that fact, Apple is not going down. We're gonna start seeing them pump out a ton of subscription services, whether it's TV and movies, or books, or all sorts of different stuff. They're going to push like never before. I wonder why they'd have their platform available on a bunch of new TVs this year. Maybe it's because Apple's thinking ahead and you're not. We're going to see a massive push for the Apple Watch and AirPods and accessories for the iPhone, as well as subscription services. And you're probably saying, well, Christian, there's already Hulu and Netflix. Apple doesn't have a chance in the movie and TV industry. People said that with Apple Music, and it absolutely wrecked Spotify in the US. Look, Apple's good at what they do, and they know how to steal market share. Whatever service they put out is going to do well. And Apple has experienced year after year growth in the revenue they get from the App Store and through in-app purchases through iOS. Just because the iPhone is taking a back seat, and just because there's a downward slope in the stock right now, does not mean Apple is doomed. Investors just have lost their confidence because what has consistently been making Apple money is not making them as much money, but Apple sees this and they are working on transitioning. So is the iPhone this year gonna bomb? I don't know. I think the iPhone this year is going to see the same sales as the iPhone last year, and growth is going to slow dramatically. But does that mean it bombed? Well, I don't think so, considering how many people have iPhones. But what isn't gonna bomb is Apple Music's growth, the App Store's revenue, and whatever subscription services they're going to launch next year. And let me tell you something, consumers are happy that they can use AirPlay on their new smart TVs. Consumers are happy that they can use Apple Music on the Amazon Echo. Consumers are happy that Apple is different this year and they're making changes that, while they seem unlike Apple and while they're concerning investors, consumers are happy with. And look, Apple isn't admitting any weakness. Apple isn't saying, oh, you don't need to buy HomePod, you don't need to buy Apple TV. Apple is saying, look, we've got iPhone everywhere. Now let's focus on Apple Watch. Now let's focus on subscription services and overcoming objections and getting people to use our services on their TV, on their watch, on whatever the heck. And people are gonna keep using iPhone. Things like iMessage and AirDrop and stability and ease of use are keeping people locked into that ecosystem. So Apple is always gonna sell iPhones. So I'm sick of people saying that Apple is doomed this year and they're going down. 2019 may be the year Apple screws up temporarily. But they're figuring this thing out, they're not going down, and they're gonna be here for many more years. So what do you think of the whole Apple thing? I'd love to know in a comment down below, and if you like this video, do be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss when I release new videos. And with that said, I will catch you guys next time.